Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a ship. This is the magnificent vessel here. Let's really quick take a look at it. So the main pieces of this... Oh, for some reason I can't go up and down. I don't know why. Oh, why is it inverted? Oh, that's strange. We can free cam, but just to do this way. So this ship uses... primarily uses the new ACS Deimos pieces. Yeah, I'm still playing with them. They're really, really cool. We've got a couple of other modded objects on it. This is meant to be a kind of a Deimos kind of Corvette, built for some sleek and sexy combat. So yeah, so I'm going to jump now and show you all of the mods that are required to build this majestic vessel, and yeah, we'll be right back. Alright, so this is my shipbuilding load order. Now, not all of these mods will be required to build this ship, but these are the mods that I generally recommend when it comes to shipbuilding. So at the top here, we've got shipbuilder categories by Rooks. This basically does nothing on its own, but it puts stuff into specific keywords. We got better ship parts, flips. This basically makes certain pieces flip better. Bad Tech Shuttlecraft Ship Design. This is a paid mod by WK Baldwin. This is pretty cool. It's got some unique parts, but the reason I use this is because it has a kind of a floating landing gear that allows you to make ships that would hover. We're not using this in this build, but yeah, as always, I like to recommend it. Institute of Naval Technology Glasses Cockpit. We will be using this cockpit. This ship doesn't have an interior, like you can't see through it. There's no interior view because I hid the cockpit, but yeah. Better Ship Part Snaps by Rooks. The Institute of Naval Technology Glass Cockpit by Flight Controller. One of the Kind Ships by JMPZ11. Mattel Cockpits and Bridge Series by VM Roach. Multiple Cockpits and Multiple Landing Bays by Pilb. These basically add multiple versions. DeckCorp Landing Bay by Dexy. ZSW Floating Modules by Gore. Mattel Hab Cockpits and Accessories by VM Roach. Mattel Hab Cockpits and Accessories Shipbuilder Category Patch. Cross Heavy Industry 3 Modules. Cross Heavy Industry Ship System Modules. They're by Jackson Cross. Decorative Engines Enhanced by Sadir Makaba. Ship Module Snap and Flips Expansion SMSEX by Hobart. Trinity Airworks by DLEETED. Shipbuilder Configurator by Grisbane404. And then ASC Deimos by Whizziker. Now, if you are on Xbox, you will also want to pick up... let me show you real quick. Let me just look for Shipbuilder Configurator. This one, perfect. So if you're on Xbox, you're going to want to pick up... There's variants of the Builder Configurator. That basically makes it so that you can have the biggest one. I think I always go with Dreadnought, which gives you the max amount of parts. This can be built on Xbox. I'm just building it on PC just for convenience sake, but you can definitely build it. So yeah, let's go jump into it, shall we? I'll show you how to build it. All right, so we're in game now. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it for a look-see, and we'll take it for a spin. So like I said, this is supposed to be a kind of a Deimos Corvette that was made during the Colony Wars, and then because... One of the things to note is, like, with a lot of the Deimos vehicles, or a lot of the Deimos vessels, they're not very combat-oriented. That's why I love the new Deimos parts by Wiz. So we've got just this layout, actually. This ship started off as the interior is based on a shield breaker. So, yeah, you'll notice some similarities. Got a workshop here. Docking port on the bottom. Up we go to the next level, and we have this little 1x1. Door off on the side here is an all-in-one berth. We have a control station there. And then we have another control station. I don't know why I did two control stations. You could definitely change that. And then we have the cockpit. Now, like I said with the cockpit, you can't fly this in first person, just because of how I was trying to hide the pieces. I also believe you're supposed to... Yeah, we go up one more, and we have a captain's quarters here. Pretty simple interior, nothing like too flashy. I'll just give it bring her a quick spin. Is using the glasses cockpits. Let's take off. It's kind of the design. When I was building it, I really wanted to make a kind of a ship that has those little kind of winglets that sticking out. It's very much a reference to the... Is it the Banking Clan ship in Star Wars? Like, that Banking Clan ship is acting as a frigate. It's like really, really cool. So we've got base speed of 160. What the fuck? Why do we have that fast of speed? Eh? Do I have crew? No. Weird. Alright, so we got a base speed of 166, 170. I'm not sure why that is. Boost speed of 620. She's pretty agile. We got 3 sets of weapons. We got those 2 laser weapons there mounted on the... You can see them, they're mounted on little hard points. We've got our ballistic weapons that are mounted on the top there, and then we've got missile pods mounted on the side. Gonna get you a little angle there, we'll kind of look at it. You see here, these are like supposed to be little weapon hard points where like they deploy during combat. And then we've got like the 3 little turreted weapons there. I was going to put turreted weapons on the bottom, decorative versions, but I opted against it because there is a bug with this currently where some of these pieces, this piece particular, when you flip it upside down, it doesn't actually have snap points. Wiz has already fixed that. We're just waiting on Bethesda to sort it out. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. Now, I do realize it's kind of, it's very much Star Wars-y, which there's nothing like inherently wrong with that. You know, like it just, yeah, it looks very cool. But yeah, the idea of Star Wars-y, not, oh, whoops. On my ship. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Yeah, so we're going to go down now and I'm going to show you how to build it, and let's jump into it, shall we? Alright, so we've got the ship split up into a few sections, and I'll show you how to build it. So the main component of the ship is just, like I said, I was building a using a war or shield breaker. So this is the initial kind of layout of the HABs. So we've got a control station here connected to a, let me show you, we got a control station here connected to the Deimos retrofit glasses cockpit. We've got a Deimos companionway 1x1, all-in-one berth 2x1 there, control station 2x1 there. And then underneath, we've got the Deimos workshop that's connected to this 1x1. And then we've got a DeckCorp Hope 4 landing bay. There, and then this sits on top like so. And then to kind of start the design, what we were trying to do basically is we're going to be making use of, okay, so these pieces. So I started off by kind of sealing in the let me show you. I started off by sealing in these middle pieces. So I made use of these. These are the ASC Deimos Armor Plating Cs. I basically had 4 of these bad boys, and we slapped them in like so. So they looked very nice. And then what I did is I got some of these armor plating type Cs top bottom. And these ones snapped there. And then that one snapped underneath. And that was kind of the initial kind of start to it. We started off with this. And then next, what we did was I wanted to expand it outward. So we got some of these pieces, and normally these would snap at an angle that I don't really like. So what I did was we got this piece here. See this piece here? This is we use this a lot. This is the Gillibrand Special Hab Snap Wide. You can find that if we go with structural pieces. You can find it down there, Gillibrand. There it is. Oh. There it is here, this piece. So I have it like this, and I basically just moved it once, so it's 33%. And all I basically did was we snapped this one. We're actually going to be using quite a lot of these pieces. So we're going to snap that in there, and we're going to snap another one the other side. And then we have the same pieces, so we're going to snap them here. So we have 4 of these, like so. Bam. And then we're using these ACS armor plating type B. And we're just going to snap it like so. And then we're going to do another one, and we're going to flip it down, and this is going to sit like that. So it essentially kind of gives this sort of a look to it. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then same thing on the other side. Let me flip that. Perfect. So that's there on the front. Now on the back, we're making use of these. These are a lot larger, the armor platings. And again, you're gonna snap them. It's gonna be a little bit finicky, but you're just gonna snap them like so, like that. And then same thing on the other side. Grab this one and snap it in there like so. Again, you got to be careful how you place these. There we go. Like that. Perfecto. All right. So next, what we're going to want to do is on the front of the vessel, we're basically making use of, we've got two of these armor plating type B pieces. We're just going to snap that piece there. And then we're going to snap another piece like so. And then we're using same pieces, just flipped upside down so that they kind of line up nice and juicy. And then we are making use of this really big piece here. Let me move this for a minute. This is the ACS armor plating type B1 nose cap. We're just going to slot that in like so. And then we're going to flip it and put another one on the bottom. Come on. Yeah, there. No. There you go. Like so. They're basically lining up like that. And you notice there is a little gap in the middle. So for the gap, what I'm going to do is we've got one of these ACS Deimso hole pieces. We're just going to slap that in there like so. And then finally, to kind of finish off the front of it, we're going to be using these type B nose caps, and you're just going to snap them in like that. You'll see there. So as always, I have the tolerance turned off. I will show you actually I'll show you in a minute how to do that. But with the tolerance turned off, basically you can just snap it in like so. There it is, like that. And then the same thing on the other side, like so. And we're going to pull this to the front. We also have a landing gear. This is a Hope 5 landing gear. This bad boy is just going to snap. It's just going to merge right inside this there, like so. Very nice. Very, very succinct. All right, so for the next couple of parts, we obviously have to add, we forgot to add these two to the bottom, my bad. So we're just going to get two more of these pieces here, the armor bumpers. We're going to get another one here. We're just going to duplicate and just drop it down. Have that nice and covered. So for our reactor, grav drive, all that pizzazz, that's just sitting in here. So we've got our 104DS mag inertial reactor. And then we've got our SGD grav drive. So in order to merge that in, we're going to get that as close as we can where it doesn't snap, and then we're going to select all, and then it should snap in like that. Perfecto. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add our side weapon mounts. So in order to do these side weapon mounts, it's pretty straightforward. There's two sets of side weapon mounts. So the first ones are going to snap in here. So we're going to move these armor plating pieces like so. And then we're going to start off with an ACS pylon type C. That's going to snap right there. It's snapping to the hab. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Like so. And then we're going to make use of the pylon type A. That's going to connect to it's going to connect right there. And then we're going to do the same on the other side like so. And then finally, we're going to close that up. Again, it's going to be a bit finicky. Just close it back up with the ramps. Come on. There. No. There. Nope. There we go. Perfect. And then finally, we're going to have we're going to put two Taio equipment plates, one on each side. And there's going to be two, one on each side, Dragon 251 UV pulse lasers, one that side. And then let me delete that one on this side. Perfect, like that. And like my headcanon is that these could kind of extend in if they need be. So next we're going to add our second weapon mounts. So these ones, again, we're just going to be removing these top sections. And essentially what it consists of, it's going to consist of two of these ASC pylons. So we're going to snap these. These pieces are going to snap They're going to basically snap to the grav drive. And then once they're there, we're going to first take our other landing gear. We're not going to use these ones. I don't know. I mean, we could use these ones. These are from Bad Tech, but I'm not going to use these ones just because we're not using Bad Tech in this one. We're going to get these here. We're going to snap you like so. We're going to snap like that. And then another one that side like so. Let me delete that one. Hopefully landing gear is going to be like, you don't have enough landing gear. Yeah, we'll deal with that in a minute. So once they're snapped like that, we're then going to take some White Dwarf 1020 Relodyne engines. They're going to put them here, flip them, let them go, and then it'll grab it like so. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side with the other one. We're going to grab that, and we're going to put that here and flip it like so. And then it's going to grab that perfect. And then finally what we're going to do is we're going to add a second one of these. This is going to snap there. So again, just have it lit. We're going to just grab it there like so. And then another one we're going to put there. We're just going to grab it all and just snap it. So these two snap together. And then once they're snapped together, we have a heavy weapon pylon dual with 2 on each side Hunter Mag 450 missile launchers. So there's one on that side. And there's one on this side. And then we're going to put these back in like so. Bang. And then bang like so. And then what we're going to do next, let me remove these pieces. We're going to add our weapons. So these will snap to, there's going to be some snap points up on top. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Let me delete these. So 2 of these. We're going to have 3 of these all together. These are Mauler 150 autocannons. We're going to mount 2 of them on equipment plates here and here. And then the third one is going to sit right there. Perfecto. Now, for the bottom part, we're going to put our slim docker on the bottom like so. And then what I do, just to kind of seal it up, what I decided to do is I'm using these Intrinity Deimos cap pieces. So you can find them in the structural tab. They're at the very start, structural tab. And they're the Intrinity, see them here. And we're basically going to get these pieces and we're going to flip them upside down. And then we're going to flip it like that. And these pieces are going to just snap in there. The whole point of them is just to kind of cover that a little bit, give it a little bit of an armor. Next, we're going to, on the top section, we're going to use the same parts again, but this time we're going to use, instead of using the this piece, we're going to use a bigger piece like so. And they're just going to snap there. Now, for the, just remove that. We're grabbing this whole plating type B, and that's going to slot in right there. We're going to go down a bit though. No, yeah, like it's going to sit right there. And it's basically just going to line up perfectly with the hab. And then on top of that snap point, we're going to have there, like so. Now, perfect. And now all we need to do now is the back engines. This is pretty straightforward. So the engines themselves consist of 2 of these pieces here. These are 2 ACS Deimos Shroud pieces. So you would snap that in like so. And then snap the other one inside, and they're basically going to merge. Now we're using a Dun 71 engine, and that just snaps in there like so. And then we're using a structural or decorative engine. So again, if you're using the decorative engines, just look to the right of engines. We've decorative, and we're going to find the Amandon one there. And we're just going to flip it sideways like that. And we're going to slot that in there. You're gonna have to fiddle with it. So what I usually again like to do, just put it there and then bring it in. And there, perfect. So it's going to look exactly like that. And then we've got a little fuel tank. And what I like to do is I just merge the fuel tank inside there. So again, put it somewhere it's not snapping. And then just keep finagling with it until it slots in anywhere. Yeah, perfect. And then finally, we have these pieces here. So these pieces are going to snap on top and on bottom. These are risers. You're going to snap it on top and then snap it on bottom. I don't know where these were for. Like so. And then we're going to use the spine B, and they're just going to basically fill in like so. Now, we need more landing gear because I was using a different type of landing gear. So what I'm going to do is I am going to... Okay, so what we're going to do is usually an old method. I don't know what I did there. What was that? Really one there? Yeah, okay. So what I like to do is I like to basically double down on landing gear. So all we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this landing gear here and let it go. And then we're going to select all, and that landing gear will snap together. Oh, actually, hold on now. That's... I see the problem. Is just not... Oh, there's a landing gear in... Did I move a landing gear in there? How did that get in there? Whoopsie, my bad. That was why. So yes, we're going to just put that back. That back like so. No, you need to go higher. No, you're good. Okay. And then we're gonna put this in there like so. Attach modules. Let me attach. See this okay, this needs to come back. This needs to sit right there. Perfect. Yeah, that was it. So that has to sit back further, right there. And then, yeah, so we're still a few landing gears. So all I would suggest doing is just duplicate this back landing gear and then select all. It'll snap in. And just for extra, we're going to duplicate this one as well. So now we've got 4 landing gear there altogether. So that's pretty much it, guys. Obviously, there is no cargo on this, but you could definitely slap cargo on it. You can change the weapon configuration. You could definitely put, like, turrets if you wanted to. I just wanted to go with missiles because I like these pylons. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, on the ship. Let me know what you think. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. And bye-bye.